Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going through from the 22nd to the 29th of July. Yes, I hope you're doing well. We've got a solar flare that's coming in the direction of the Earth. That's going to be Earth, that's going to be fire and air energy, which is perfect for you because you've got all this air at the top and you've got this fire at the base. You've actually got more fire than you do have air inside you within regards to the Astroflower. Yeah, so that plays well for you. But we've also got a corona hole coming through, which is Earth energy. And that plays very well into the Leo season of that fire and earth that we find in Leo. So things should really be moving on for you. It's a very good time to use those great ideas to start stimulating for what you want, converting them into reality. Sorry about that. Converting them into reality, into concrete sort of things. So getting those ideas going. Let's just see what's going on for you here. We've got the overall energies here. Karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence on the universe, influence on past self, future self, and the lesson that needs to be, or the information that you can take out of this week, basically, your future self, the here and now. So let's just see what's going on with the overall energies. This is a lot. There's finally coming a sort of balance back into your life after being very pushed from one thing to another and having to really keep an eye on what's going on in your life. You're now getting a situation where both sides should be coming into harmony with one another, and this should be a really good time. It should make you feel a lot more contentment about what is going on in your life. It should also make you feel like you've got a lot more control, because it's now sort of like it's a calm situation which will allow you to put into action the plans that you so wish to live, but gently but firmly within your life. That's what it seems to be on the overall energies. Let's just see if there's a message out from here. Make hay while the sun shines. Okay, so you get the Eight of Swords here. You've had that in the past in this section here, but you haven't had it for a long time. It has been popping up occasionally for a few signs here. And I think this balance, this thing where it's very equal at the moment, I think this ties up with that. And this is going to give you that capacity here for you to allow your emotions to come back into the scene. And that when you do allow your emotions to come back into life, that's when it's going to provide a little bit more movement for you within your life, within your relationships, and within your financial side. It's going to make you a lot more sort of have a lot more passion, or a lot more determination, a lot of ambition for life. Let's just see what's going on your relationship side. The karmic message here is playing into your future self, how it's egging you on. So it's almost just like the pathway is calling you, and you're kind of going, well, oh, there it is, and you need to get to it. And you know, it's at the beginning when we start a transition. We're constantly going through transitions in our lives. Once you start this transition, it starts with one foot in front of the other, but with every step that you make, it gradually gets further and further, the bigger and bigger steps, and that's when you start running. So this is a case of just putting one foot in front of the other at the moment. The universal energies is playing slightly into this Eight of Swords here, but also into the lesson and the future out of this week here. So a decision that needs to be made, or a direction that needs to be taken, will then sort of stimulate your forward thing, and will then free you up as you go forward and make you have a feeling of a lot more control in the destination of where you're going. Your past is tied into the lesson or the thing that you need to learn out of this week. So obviously you're maybe looking back at things and sort of saying, I don't want to live that again, because you're being confronted with a relationship or situation that may well be new, but there's similarities to old things. And I think this is where you need to knock them out of the way and start provoking all the good stuff, provoking the stuff that, you know, that sort of intrigues you more than anything else within the relationships that are around you. In your future self, there's a beautiful outcome of this, almost like a fountain of youth, a fountain of happiness that comes out of this, because it gives you a point of setting yourself correctly in accordance to what you want out of relationships, so you don't have to keep going through the same thing again and again. And that's where you're freeing yourself up. And the message or the lesson that needs to come out of this week here is that, and it does sort of play back into your past here, it's just a lesson here, sort of like once live, once learn, don't live again sort of scenario here. So you don't have to keep repeating situations. You got the Four of Wands on your karmic path. So this could be you going into a relationship finally and accepting to go into a relationship with all the trappings of what you've already been through in regards to relationships before. And you're having to deal with these trappings of the past in order to liberate your future. Nine of Swords, that's playing into that sort of decision. Yeah, it's a bit of a stressful thing to be, you know, you're making a decision about you and your plan for happiness or emotional happiness in life in accordance to another plan with someone else, combining it with someone else. And it can be stressful because we don't really know. But look at this. This is the past. You've obviously gone on a mission. This is very much a you card, I think. You know, it's got that sort of stimulating mental sort of energies that really stimulate you to help you go on and drive on to what you want. And it's in a decision. Once you make that decision, you can really go for the stars. I think here is like you're stressing for nothing. And you need to get rid of that. You've got the 8 and the 9 of Swords here. And out your future, as I said, it's a really beautiful outcome. I think you're worrying about something that shouldn't really be there. And basically, the decision that you need to make here is very, very simple. It's not complicated in regards to your relationships. If it stimulates you enough to make you feel happy, that you then start spreading that happiness around you and feeling really good, then that's what you should be going after. If it closes you down, that's what you should be stopping. And I think the universe is really helping you to understand that within your relationship or your relationships. It could be with your family, your friends, community, or your partner, or future partner, whichever really concerns you the most. And then you're going to go off on this mission. And it's a mission of an ultimate dream, an ultimate blessing in the way of a relationship. It's really, really beautiful. And the thing is with the star card here, the star card is pouring water onto this lake, but they're also pouring it onto the land. And once you start mixing water and earth together, that makes an incredibly fertile land. It's like when you mix air and fire together. They're one stimulates the other. And water and earth really stimulates what's going on here. And it becomes a very fertile land, and it could mean sort of like building a family with this person, or whatever it is. Just building a future with this person can be very fertile if you choose or decide to enact upon the good vibrations that comes through you. On your financial or your job side, let's have a look on that. I've got the karmic message here that's playing between the past and the future, and it seems like everybody's been getting this, quite literally. And it could well be to do with that sort of energy that's coming through from the sun as well, sort of like that air and that fire energy that's coming off the solar flare, and also that earth energy that's coming off the coronal hole, which is converting those ideas into reality. And I think this is a similar sort of thing. Your karmic path is saying to you, this is the path that you should be going down in order to experience or to explore life fully. And your universal energies is also playing into that, and I think that's what that played into a little bit, didn't it? Or was it playing up to the Queen of Cups? Anyway, on the financial side, it's playing into that overall energy. And I think if you build and convert these beautiful ideas into reality, it's going to free yourself up. It's really going to free yourself up, and the universe here is trying to do that. It's bringing in opportunities which will, it's almost building up the water against the dam, and the dam's not going to be able to resist forever, and the universe is going to kind of force this opportunity into your hands. In your future self and your past self, your past self is like this side here. It's really weird. It's tied into the decision or the lesson you need to learn from this week. You've obviously started something, and it's a lesson to sort of kind of going, I can't give up, I can't give up. You're very good at that, and being very determined about where you want to take it. And it is very, very much empowering But the question here is what is it going to cost you in a way? And this is, I think you need to play a little bit smarter about being too fixed. And this is where this comes into play. Being too fixed in a plan, sort of saying, I decided that it's going to go like this, then like this, then like this. And that's what you've decided, which is absolutely brilliant. But now you've got to mix it with the rest of the entire universe. And the universe may have different ideas on this situation. And I think you need to leave space for that within your past and your learning. And you need to be a little bit more sort of flexible of how it comes out. In your future self, there is a big, big opportunity. And it matches the side on your relationship side. And this is why it's very much in balance. The converting of an idea or of an ambition into a business or a project or a career path, whatever it is, or buying a house, is like, once you make this decision and you really allow your past to sort of build that future, knowing that the seeds that you've sown, the work that you've had to do in order to get to where you are, will project you enormously into the future. That's when you'll knock on that door of opportunity. The lesson to be learned from this week, or the information to be taken from this week, I think the lesson is about that flexibility thing. It's sort of saying here is never get caught up in your own, never let your own plans tie you in knots, basically. Yeah, playing smarter. This is it. You gotta play smart here. And I think this is what I was saying about here and about tying yourself up in knots and all of this malarkey here. You gotta play smarter about this. You gotta allow a little bit of space and stuff like that. Therefore, you can avoid those 7. See, look, we've got the 7, 8, 9. Look at that triangle it's making there. It's a very powerful position that you are probably being detrimental to yourself. The universe here is trying to sort of say, this is a spiritual understanding in regards to your material path, your job, your projects, or your business, that leaving that space for the universe, leaving the space for spirit and coincidence to happen within your financial world will really help you out. You've got the moon card that ties into this decision. It's sort of kind of saying there's a lot of other things that you've done in the past that you could use as resources, which will allow you to live life fully and to live a lot more intelligently, so you don't tie yourself up in knots and stuff like that. And your future self, the opportunity here will laser focus you on the goals, basically, so you're not giving away your time, money and effort cheaply. There is one other side of this, and this is where it comes in. It's a little bit negative, but that's just the way it goes. You're better off seeing it how it is. Holding on to things too tightly will only create that, and you don't want that. Seriously, Gemini, you do not want that. This opportunity is paramount if you are really clear about what you want to go after. And that, once you play smart and everything like that, it's a decision to accept an offer that's coming into you. I think you should accept the offer. There's an offer that's coming into you. There's obviously some sort of decision that you need to make here in the future, for your future. And this Knight of Cups, you shouldn't hold on to something from the past. I think it's also an opportunity that's a bit of a surprise to you, but this opportunity is actually going to free you up and allow yourself to live. Allow yourself to live. It's a great opportunity for you, Gemini. And let your spiritual understanding be the freedom that it will provoke within you. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers cards. Happiness, this is it. Free yourself up. Go for that happiness, man. Gemini, don't wait around. Seriously. Don't tie yourselves in knots for everybody else, man. The world does not care about you as an individual. I think we're pretty clear about that. The unity between the human race is a bit low, isn't it? You know, it's so divisive at the moment. And, you know, the only thing that will unify yourself and others is happiness. And I think you should follow it. With the 4 of Wands, you get the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you've done a lot to go on this mission of love, and I think you should trust yourself. I think you've put in the effort on yourself, so love can actually shine with you at the same time. And it's also a solid offering that's coming into you of unison, something very physical. And it could be someone saying, look, do you want to move in with me? It's as simple as that, you know, on a very physical level. What's this woes and worries that you need to let go of? The cards are just jumping all over the place. What's these woes and worries that are coming in from the Nine of Swords from the universe? Yeah, you're worried about going into a relationship because of what happened in the past. Leave it be. Let the past be, man. Let sleeping dogs lie. And just go off on that mission. Reach for the stars. Seriously. You know, and kind of go, oh, but what if I fall? Yeah, but what, you know, I guarantee you, you're best off falling because you'll enjoy the parachute ride. You know, it won't be, it's just pure victories. Look at that. The Ace of Swords just wanted to jump out there. It's just pure victory that's coming your way, really. And have a little faith in yourself. Have a little belief. And I think that's what the Four of Swords is all about. It's helping you. You've now got 2 4 of Wands and the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles over there. It's quite a lot of fours going on. Solid sort of progression. My dog's gone off, so I'm wandering off somewhere. This mission is gonna heal your heart. Of going off, getting back in the saddle, basically. Getting back in the saddle. And you've got to start manifesting it. That was the Magician that just fell out. You've got to start manifesting it. Let's just see what's going on with the Star card. You've been planning this. You've been reaching for the stars. That is the Two of Wands that goes with the Two of Wands there. It's bringing your Two of Wands with the Two of Wands of someone else, unifying you with someone else. And this, you've been planning on it. It may need a bit of travel, and it may be an opportunity. This is it. It could be an opportunity, an offering of the heart, that you may have to leave your job to go and live with someone that's far away. That's very possible for some of you. And that opportunity there is just, yes, definitely take it. Do not refuse it. Because ultimately, yeah, it does create a lot of worries. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with a job? I don't know anybody here. I don't know anybody around that area. You know, but I think it's going to be great for you. I think it's going to liberate you enormously. With the Queen of Cups, you get the Devil card. If you look at things too tightly, that's out the information to be taken out of this week here. And I think here is once you allow to liberate yourself and enjoy yourself and follow that happiness, you will see things as they should be. You'll see the illusions, but you'll also see the good stuff. And the problem here is don't overthink things too much. Because if you overthink things too much, that's what's going to come to the surface. And you don't want that. You want that to come to the surface. That's what you want. And that's going off on that mission. And once you do that, that's when you're going to get this, you know, that's when you're going to get the good stuff. Okay? Let's just see what's going on that financial side. Because I think that's a real player on your, yeah, it's following the heart. You know, that page, that Knight of Cups there, that offering that's coming into you with a lot of communication, making you feel really good about things, is also making you, on your business side of life, on your job or your projects, is making you feel very invigorated about what you want out of life. You know, because it's life we're talking about here. You may kind of think, well, it doesn't really matter. This job I'm in is okay. It's not, I'm not earning billions, but it's okay, and I'll be able to get a job that's very similar to that, then fine. That's playing smart. So follow your heart and go after your heart, if I was you, more than anything else. But there is a spiritual awakening for you. And this spiritual awakening is about sort of putting your life first. It's really important that you live life fully, Gemini. You're such a nice group of people, Geminis. You really are nice. And sometimes it's to your detriment that you're too nice. And I used to go on about it all the time. And I haven't been on about it for ages, which is really quite nice to see, because it makes me feel like you're actually living life. And that's really important, because that's what life is for. It's for living life. And this is where, if you put your happiness first, you're going to free yourself up on your financial side as much as on your relationship side. With your past self, there is surprising things that you need to look at. And this is what's going to invigorate this passion Look at that, on both sides coming from your past self, you're getting the fire and air. And what did I say about you earlier on? You've got all that air at the top, and I think that's your primary mission according to your heart, according to your love, and your financial life will follow it if you allow it, if you make that decision to follow it. And that will send you off on another mission, and a very passionate mission, starting a whole new career in a whole new area, in a new place and everything like that. There's a lot of that seems to be going on here. And yeah, if you really concentrate yourself and really be very discerning about how you put your time, money and effort into things, you're going to get ultimate success. I think if you follow your heart, you're going to get success, and you're going to free yourself up. It's going to be so beautiful because you're being very true to yourself. That's one of the bonuses here. Being true to yourself, and that victory is going to taste so much sweeter because you are true to yourself. With the Knight of Cups, you get the Hangman. Yes, you do have to see things differently. You do have to see things differently. And this is your victory in life is according to how you, on your financial side more than anything, we're talking about here, is how you actually, invest in life around you. And being very straight about it, saying, no, I don't want to go that direction, or I don't want to invest in that. I'm going to change my career, and I don't want to repeat these sort of things again. And that's going to allow you, it's going to free you up. It's going to liberate you enormously. There you go, Gemini. Thanking you very much for being here with us. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate all the support you show for the YouTube system, and I thank you dearly for that. Very, very nice indeed. Yes, I hope you enjoy the energy videos that we keep putting out here now on this channel. We're going to be amalgamating a lot of things into this channel. So yeah, you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell. I hope you're really enjoying that. In the meantime, though, until I see you again, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.